Toronto's Little Jamaica neighbourhood was at one time one of the largest Jamaican expat communities in the world. But after 15 years of construction from the delayed Eglinton LRT, residents say the culture is being squeezed out. Many businesses were forced to close. So now, with the trucks gone and the LRT set to open this weekend, our producer, Michael Hiscock, checked in with the community to learn what the future looks like.
There's no other place like Little Jamaica within the city of Toronto. This is our home. This is our community. This is where we operate.
Jason McDonald is chair of the Little Jamaica BIA and a mainstay in the community. He opened Casual Hair Salon in 1999.
I'm a hairstylist.
Into West. You're so busy, man. You're so popular. People hit you up. Yo. Can't even record a video, man.
I used to cut my own hair. And I was my first customer. Everybody always would ask me, who cut your hair? And when I would say it was me, they would say, that's not possible. Give me a haircut.
Business at the salon was going well until 2011, when construction began on the Eglinton LRT. It's a transit line that will link neighborhoods across Midtown Toronto with the subway system. In Little Jamaica, it goes underground.
When Metrolinx first started, we started to experience years of decline with our business financially. And then all of a sudden, we're met with all these big trucks, lack of visibility, lack of access, your sidewalk closed. You're directing traffic away from my business. Purposely.
The Eglinton LRT was originally set to open in 2020, but after numerous setbacks, it's been under construction for 15 years, and business owners are reaching their breaking point.
Little Jamaica is in a state of emergency. This community was a vibrant community 16 years ago.
Cheryl, the Caribbean Cuisine, good afternoon, how can I help you?
Cheryl's Caribbean Cuisine opened nearly 10 years ago during the LRT's construction, but she still managed to make a name for herself in the community.
So first of all, Cheryl, I gotta say, it smells really, really good in here.
Thank you. So the first time my mom put me in the kitchen, about 9-10, 2 weeks after I get the restaurant, I came in open. Didn't know what to expect, I'm telling you. One-man show. I was the cook, the clean, the cashier.
Since then, Cheryl's team has grown, but she worries about the community's future.
I'm not sure which direction we're even going in. We're just being optimistic. We just wait and see, because to the lot of store that when I just came here, we're here, that, you know, Jamaican home, it's not anymore. We literally been squeezing out. We want to hold on to the culture.
In 2020, the City of Toronto adopted 2 motions to develop supports for struggling businesses in Little Jamaica. In the 6 years since, the members of the community we spoke to say they haven't seen either.
Metrolinx said they gave money to Little Jamaica, but what about the property owners and business owner? We still had to go through this and pay our bills. No one compensates us. My memory of Little Jamaica and why we invested is because of the vibrancy, the multiculturalism. You know, you come into this area, you can get food, you can get your hair nicely cut, you can get clothes, you name it, we have it. And now all that have been destroyed.
Diana Lalore owns a property on Eglinton that once housed both a business as well as tenants.
Since the LRT started, we have all negative impacts. From the vibration, it damaged the property. It caused me to lose tenants, vacant space, no income. So it puts you into a different bracket. I'm a registered nurse. I work like 7 to 7, 12-hour shifts. I'm also a clinical supervisor, teacher. I teach nursing students. I'm juggling different hats. I never ask for handout. I'm a hard-working woman, and I'm not asking for handouts. I'm just asking for what's right.
We reached out to Metrolinx, the firm responsible for the LRT's construction, to relay the concerns from the community. In a statement, it pointed to $1.38 million it provided to 5 Eglinton area BIAs, adding the LRT will bring thousands of people into communities across Midtown, providing significant benefits to local businesses.
There's a big war going on outside there. The damage that has been done, it's going to take generations for this to come back to what it used to be. That's why when people ask me, what do we want? It's not what do we want, it's what are we owed.
And we have producer Michael Hiscock in studio with us now. Boy, Mike, the pictures and the people really tell this story. It's one thing to say that there were construction delays, but it's another thing when you see how blocked off that street was. And for anybody who's ever been to Little Jamaica, was some of the best eating in the city. People on the street would talk to each other, and everything you could see was just barred off and shut down. So what did they share with you about their hopes that their businesses could reopen once this all is wrapped up?
Yeah, the business owners I spoke to view the LRT as a bit of a double-edged sword. So on the one hand, they're optimistic that when it opens, it's going to bring new customers and business. On the other hand, the presence of this new transit line has made properties in Little Jamaica a lot more attractive to developers. So what we've seen play out is that as small business owners have been squeezed out over the construction period, developers have swooped in to buy up what was left behind. And
Boy,
so
that'll really change the texture of that neighborhood.
Yeah, and so we're running into this situation where there was a stat at Toronto Metropolitan University that found the number of units in Little Jamaica that are owned by corporate landlords more than tripled over the course of the LRT's construction. So sure, you might see some more customers and new business, but the cost of doing business is also rising, and the competitive landscape is shifting pretty dramatically.
Well, especially because they're on a transit line, right? It makes it much more valuable. What are the business owners hoping to see once that LRT is up and running this weekend?
They're looking for direct compensation. So I reached out to the City of Toronto as well, alongside Metrolinx, and the supports that they provided to BIAs across Eglinton up until this point have been focused on things like marketing, streetscaping, luring festivals to the communities for a weekend or two. But for the business owners who've had to scrape by or go into debt as a result of this construction, they're looking for something that's going to make them whole again. So in the case of Diana, who you saw in the piece there, when she showed me her property, it once had a restaurant in the main floor and then a residential unit above. And when you go there now, it's boarded up. There's newspapers on the windows. She told me she was ashamed to show it to me in that state. And this was a building that she was relying on, not just to provide income for herself, but something that she could pass on to her children once they got older. And so you can really hear in her voice when she speaks that she's at the end of her rope. And I think she's very symbolic of how people, not just in Little Jamaica, but across a lot of Eglinton are feeling right now.
It'll be interesting to see people come back to that neighborhood. And boy, I sure hope they get a sense of the community, a sense of the friendliness. I loved visiting that part of the city. I have to ask you before you go, did you eat at Cheryl's?
I did, and so did the camera op, actually. I had what was called the jerk chicken delight, which was as delightful as it sounds, and he had the oxtail, and it was just fantastic across the board.
All right, well, there's the endorsement. Head on down to Little Jamaica. You can take the new Eglinton LRT if you do. Michael, thanks for a great piece.
Anytime.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.